Terran over. Oh, you cheeky individual.
Me too, sir. Me too.
But as I was saying, Antigua Shipyard does favor Terran a little bit over Protoss here. The relentless aggression, the difficulty to defend in separate locations. But the thing is, Squirtle's been more than equal up to the task every single time that Alive has tried this aggressive drops and running to different locations as well. So we're about to find out, guys. It looks like both of these players are ready to begin the last map of this first best of 5.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm ready to get into it as well. How about you guys out there? I think they're pretty excited too. So here we go, guys. Looks like we're going to get things started here in just a second as game number 5 about to begin. So there's the go-go, there's the countdown, and we're going to get started here on Antigua Shipyard.
How awesome was that original GSL song that's just playing now? I like feeling it inside me. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it's such a classic. And there we do see both of the players here, Fnatic. Well, there's not too much difference in terms of expressions from either of these guys, so let's go straight into this last game here in this first best of 5.
All right, so down here at the bottom right-hand corner of the map, Antigua Shipyard, we have our blue Terran player, representative of Fnatic. Great call. Give it up for Alive.
Oh, I know what I'm waiting for.
And his opponent here in the upper left-hand corner, trying to complete a 3-game comeback. Give it up for Startail Squirtle!
2-2 between these guys. I would be very surprised if one of them decided to take a risk. You know, in terms of any early aggression, both of these guys should be wanting to just say, all right, let's find out who's the better player here. Let's go the distance. And we're about to find out shortly as both of these guys are, well, actually we see a very early scout moving across from Squirtle here. I mean, it isn't really going to be anything. He just really wants to get inside the main base. You know, he doesn't want to be locked out from that barracks supply depot. Wants to get in there nice and early. Wants to know the gas. Because this situation, if you just think about the situation that Squirtle was put into last game, he didn't know anything until like the 8-minute mark, and he immediately jumps in there and is like, all right, yeah, well, he doesn't want to get blocked out at all, so does jump in. And we'll be able to check the gas, we'll be able to check everything here.
Yes, he will, especially because, you know, Reaper expansions are very popular on this map as well.
SCV at the top here is trying to hide, and I wonder, this can actually be a couple of different things. Oh, I see he's trying to get that. And he doesn't see it. Oh, he sees it. He sees the second SCV. That could have been for two different things there. It could have been testing the SCV counting from Squirtle, because at this stage of the game, you can count and be like, why is there an SCV gone?
Right.
At the same time, it also could have been to plant down a barracks on that higher ground there, but, you know, Squirtle equal and actually finds everything there and sees everything. So that's not the best start, really, for Alive, considering he did lose a bit of mining time there.
No, not at all, and it looks like he may be bypassing that second supply depot to put up that command center, of course, a little bit earlier as well. A couple different variations of that gas's fast expand. Some people will put up a second supply depot, lock their opponent out, and also make sure that they can continue producing SCVs through the whole process. And Squirtle, on the other hand, once again going for that second gas very early on. Can be used for a number of things, as we've seen in this set so far, be it proxy stargates, just an increased sentry count, but we'll certainly find out the use for that very soon.
Yeah, I pretty much like it, to be honest. If you think about it, it kind of plays the same role as the supply depot barracks, because you go in there, you see the double gas, you're like, all right, I don't know if it's aggression, if it's not. As soon as the stalker comes out, the SCV dies. So I actually kind of like this play here from Squirtle, keeping Alive guessing, because if he doesn't see the second gas, it's like, all right, one barracks expand, and now I know exactly what to do with my build. I know what corners to cut, what corners not to take, and so on. So I actually do like it, and he does pull out a gas here, so not too bad, not too bad.
Yes, he does. So he's done that actually in each of the last few games, as a matter of fact. So we make sure he gets up that expansion nice and early, but can still produce that next sentry out of his gateway if he so desires. And looks like a scouting probe will get taken out down at the bottom of the map. Alive once again going up to 3 racks and double gassing.
Stalker coming across the map here is going to chase away the map control that the SCV does have, and can actually poke a little bit, knowing that his opponent hasn't taken gas, but it's just going to play it safe and return home here. And we do see a second gateway coming down on 26 again. just playing ultra safe here. The third one likewise.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's have a look at Alive. Very, very standard, you know, that double barrack straight into the double gas, going for exactly the same build as we just saw on Metropolis. You know, he can start to deviate a little bit now, whether it be the factory come down very shortly after he starts to bank 100 gas, or whether it's the engineering bay. So that's the next point here from Alive to choose from.
And conversely for Squirtle as well, we've talked about this a couple of times. Whenever he's gone for those earlier gateways and wanted to stay a little bit more defensive, he's chosen the double forges as his route afterwards. So we'll see if he opts to go for that same strategy once again. And hey, we saw this in GSTL a couple of times, didn't we? Oh, but the SUV just dies. It's not as cool here.
He's got to be careful though. Marines are still coming though. The Stalker sees the Marines, is going to return, take a little bit of shield damage. No robotics facility down yet here, and I really do like this considering what he knows, that there's no gas, he doesn't need it to scout, because he can already be like, all right, this guy's going to go one barracks expansion. Compared to the last game, he didn't know anything, so that's why we saw the addition of the robotics facility. But this time around, he's going to cut a few corners, whether it be to throw down a lot of gateways, which I am starting to get nerd chills here. He's chrono boosting into his 3 gateways. Is he going to just spend it on these gateways? Will he throw down? He has cut the pro production. Alive. What's he going to find over here?
Oh, he finds the pylon. So smart. He saw the pro walking across, of course, so we knew it was going to be there. But Squirtle's starting to trudge across the map with a few gateway units now. Has not added on any additional production facilities. Like you said, a couple more stalkers being added on right now.
And unfortunately does lose that pylon, so can't reinforce right into this. The second bunker is coming down. That second pylon, well, that first pylon, sorry, on the right-hand side was a little bit weird there. And Alive immediately starts to hit that panic button. Sees Stalkers right outside his base. Remember, these Marines do not have stim. They do not have combat shield. And he's going to, on Antigua Shipyard as well, the bunkers and the command center is so far away that the SCVs have to travel quite a distance. This SCV, oh, no, it doesn't see anything. It doesn't see anything. It goes around the left here, and very smart from Squirtle to hide his units here. And he's going to continue with this.
Yeah, Squirtle has produced a ton of units, as we mentioned before. No further tech facilities, no further production facilities coming down quite yet. He is going to pick off that SCV, puts down another forward pylon, and it looks like he wants to try and do some damage right now. Few zealots warping in as well.
Marines are walking out. This is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. He's salvaging the bunker too. Oh my God, this is so tense right now. Force fields need to wrap around that bunker to prevent the SCVs from repairing.
And there it is, a couple of force fields going right down. A few SCVs are still off to the left, but now they're zoned out. The bunker does go down.
Stim,
have enough
3, 2, 1. Stim is done.
All right,
is he going to use it?
Enough? I don't know. Squirtle has a bunch of forces here. He actually traps some more with force fields. He may be able to pick up the medivacs as well.
SCVs are being pulled. Stim is done. Medivac goes down. Oh my God, Alive is on the back foot. 51 supply versus 72. 3 more zealots coming in cast pajamas. And Alive is on his back foot. He's down to 500 minerals per minute compared to 1,200, and he has to pick up the CC.
Yeah, this is getting increasingly bad for him right now. We'll see if Squirtle's going to be able to make his way up the ramp as well. Charging with those zealots. He gets on top of the supply depot as well, making his way in there, zoning out a couple of forces with that force field. Can't trap a few more of those SCVs as well. Oh my God, has he done it? Has he come back down from 0-2 to take the set?
I don't know, 2 more orders does make this very, very scary now as they start to get repentance. No zealots here either, and the sentry is going to keep these units back on bay. He is building probes in the background here. All he needs to do is just, you know, don't overcommit. Don't throw away units up around. Don't run into units and the medivacs, of course. We do see Alive taking a big, big gamble, sending a medivac out here to drop inside the main base. Is he going to continue with this, or is he not?
I don't know. It looks like he's going to try and make his way up the ramp. There's not a ton of units sitting there for Alive. Zoning more units out there with the force fields. Only the SCVs getting around. More workers are killed here.
7, 6 SCVs remaining. 5, 4 SCVs remaining. That is all his economy. The drop enters the main base. There's nothing here to defend. If he turns off the single pylon, powering the 3 gateways, that's it. No production for you.
Oh, and the gateways are all unpowered. There's a few stalkers coming off the line right now. The pro's getting a pretty good surround as well. Is he going to target down the medevac? Yes, he is. That's going to go down first. However, Alive is just down to 20 supply.
Probes.
Squirtle's done it. We're restarting. We're going to a whole new dust of 5.
Woo! I cannot believe this.
Oh my God.
Wow, 2-0 behind. And
aussi décidé.
Wow, please. He is so happy right now. Squirtle on the edge has now tied this all up. A single best of 5 remaining, Cat Pajamas.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And he has looked so good these past few games. Alive's confidence is now shaken. What does he do to reset himself now in the second best of 5?
I don't know, man. I mean, Squirtle looks so happy there, having words with Coach potentially here, as he now has completely flipped this series upside down. Fnatic, look, you can see his face. He is not happy with this shake in his head. Guzzling some water, and oh my god, this is his best matchup. He was 2-0 up, and he's just dropped 3 games in a row. Having a few words with Coach there.
Yeah.
Has to recollect his scores, has to take a few minutes. If not, this could go incredibly bad for Fnatic.
All right, guys. Well, this is as good as we could hope for. Best of 5 goes the distance, and Squirtle resets. So we have more games. You guys ready for more StarCraft 2 and IPL?
That's exactly what we wanted to hear, guys. So we're going to go to a very quick commercial break while Fnatic's alive, gather his thoughts. Squirtle has some more confident words coming from his coach, so we will be right back.